Okay, whoa, Dud. We get it. Dagnabbit, damn it.
No, no, it's his morning ritual now. He just spams spells and goes at it with only cantrips. We can admire that.
If it wasn't mid-game, I'd be fine. Alright. So, let's talk about last week so we can catch up, well, everyone. Should be pretty easy.
We murdered the Power Rangers.
We did. It was great.
I mean, they were called the Killer Hand. They had a name and a theme song.
Aye, that they did.
But more importantly, you guys took a long rest and gained your 8th level. And everyone has the spells they got put in?
Yep.
Alright. So is everybody ready?
Yup.
Yes.
Ready as we'll ever be.
Alright. Then
Let's go to TPK.
Yeah.
No.
So, as you guys rested and actually got some cleanish drinking water, it wasn't unpleasant, but if any of you have ever drunken from a well before, like an actual well, you definitely prefer bottles. But you're all able to rest. Those of you who sleep. As you slept, those of you who were awake began to notice something. And a low, ominous hum begins to echo throughout the entirety of the chamber. As the bubble slowly closes at the end of the 8 hours, or give or take, the entire tower seems to almost vibrate slightly. The hum seems to be at the base of your necks rather than your ears. And a foreboding sight, as the entirety of the walls are covered in a dark, brackish, black and green vine-like ichor that seems to be encompassing the entirety of it. All of the once opened windows and even some rooms have been completely encompassed. These vines seem to almost pulse with energy as they drip just this awful slime.
May I investigate the vines since I am naturey?
You may. It's a nature check.
I didn't do it.
Alright. Examining it, you can tell 2 things. One, this is hella magical and not even close to even magical nature. This is some sort of summoned or something. It's hard to tell. What you can also tell is that you have seen this before in some of the eviscerations you've seen in previous encounters with, well, everything in this tower. Bran can tell you without a doubt what it is.
I say it's magical, and we've seen this in the tower before. From the eviscerations or whatever.
I can tell you without a doubt what it is.
Oh, please enlighten us.
It's painfully obvious.
Well, guys, it's painfully obvious.
It's what the insides of seedlings look like. It's the same things that their hearts do right before they begin to seed.
This is what the insides of seedlings look like. This is not good. It's like the whole tower is turning into a giant seedling, which would suck.
What if we were the seedlings the whole time?
I made a fire. I don't know if that would.
What if everyone sans the paladin was a seedling the whole time?
I'd buy it.
Oh yeah, Nayasha, you're still itchy as hell.
Yep, I've just come to accept this as my fate.
You reward calamine lotion.
Yeah. Which you need to find, and if you weren't locked in this tower, that would be far easier.
I mean, could the seedling cut No, probably not. I mean, there's a lot of sea. Yeah. Is it
Make
safe?
a wisdom check. Yeah, as this looks to be the innards of things that are empirically evil, you tend to believe you probably shouldn't put this on your body. At least not without getting proper supervision from somebody who studied it. Bran can especially tell you that it's not bad for you, it's just not good for you.
She'll put a pin in that idea.
It's also incredibly greasy upon looking at it.
I'm not saying that it will kill you, but I'm also not saying it won't make you want to kill yourself.
Like Armax, Unit, and Bran have been covered in this stuff before. It's not immediately caustic or poisonous.
Just really makes you want a bath.
Yeah.
So, what do we want to do? Start burning it down?
I said we go kill the source.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. You guys make your way out of your little cubby. Which, looking up the elevator, you can see more of this start to... Not... You can't see it moving, but it's definitely started climbing up or down. It's hard to tell at this distance. And upon leaving it, you can see the door where the Iron Helm was has just this solid knot of, like, tendrils that, unlike all others, are still, but still just as greasy, and are just feeding into it.
They're probably dead.
Hopefully.
This is gross.
Alright.
All the more reason to kill that guy.
So, you guys begin your ascent.
I activate my blood right.
Magical armor.
How long does your blood right last?
Until I turn.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah.
Well, you guys make it to this floor. Oh. Yeah, there's no music. You killed these guys.
No, I like the idea. There's just a boom box just in the corner still playing.
Now then. But you guys do enter into the new staircase, which, as you begin to spiral up it, it starts to get wider and wider until there's almost this gap in between each side. And you can look across to see other parts of the staircase without handrails. Oops.
Oh,
Alright. And we get to here.
Ooh.
Oops. Wait, yeah, no, I'm the one.
Well,
Holy crap.
Now, what can you guys see?
Is that a fire pit? And like squiggly things?
Did we come up that stairwell?
The
I
stairwell
see a
right
fiery
behind you.
vortex.
so this is like a massive stairwell.
After a few moments, the center of the stairwell begins to pulse with light. Just a sort of almost chromatic, but still transparent, this tube of energy starts pulsing up that's directly in line with the sides of the stairs. As this happens, you look down, and you can see the stairs that you've passed before are changing color. And the room begins to slowly grow in heat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a skill challenge! Taking a glance up, you can see that at the top of this hole is daylight. How you get there depends upon you guys.
Just to let everyone know, I can now turn into birds.
Birds, plural?
Well,
Yeah.
bird, you know what I mean, like different species of flying animals.
Turn into Armax. We will have so much fun.
No.
Oh.
Please no.
The tendrils you once noticed before seem to climb into the center of this pillar of energy, and as it does, they begin to just disintegrate into this. Well, I've described it as greasy before, but now it looks to be cooking oil, or, as I should say, fry oil. This organic matter is literally being boiled to the point that it loses solidity. And is coming up on you guys. So, here's how this goes. Each of you has 2 rounds. And then I go. On every 2 rounds, you can roll a d4 to move forward. Each square is another set of the staircases. You need to go up several hundred feet. Sorry. And at every so often, there is a barrier between you and everything else. You have 2 actions you can use every turn. What they are depends upon what you want to do, but movement is 1 action. After you get your 2, the oil climbs. Do you guys live or die? That's up to you. And I'm so glad we have a full party for this.
Okay. So the thing on the right is kind of like a progress thing.
Oh, that is oil. It's literally going to encompass the screen as time goes on.
Oh, okay.
So
So we're just flying up a thing of stairs?
hauling ass up a flight of stairs would be more accurate.
Can I fly?
I mean, yeah, you can fly just fine. I mean, unless you want to go through the center. Because there are no walls in between all the staircases. There's just the pillar of energy. Which, by the way, the hum grows louder. So,
Okay, I guess we
what do
should
you guys
run.
want to do?
Are these little... Is this where we enter up into the staircase at first? This area?
Oh. Oh, no, it's further down. The rings of fire are covering it up. Basically, you've been climbing up it. This is you looking up.
Okay, okay.
Or no,
So
this is you looking down, but it's the same way up.
are they up... Like, as we go up, would we run into them? Or are
Yes.
they just... Okay, yeah.
Each one is a challenge you guys are going to have to overcome somehow. And once you get to them, I'll tell you what it is. But it's a skill-based gauntlet. So, you have 2 actions. What do you want to do?
Let's see. Alright, so it's 1 action to move up 1 space?
No, it's 1 action to roll a d4 to move that many spaces. Unless you have some skill that might modify that.
Let's see. If I start flying up this, would I go faster?
You would, but you would abandon everyone else.
I'm going to start running up the stairs.
Yeah. You can all move together at 1 pace. But you're going to move?
Sounds like what we need to do right now.
Then
Yeah,
roll a d4.
we need to book it.
Alright, the first failed roll.
So, seeing the incursion of this boiling fluid, you all begin to haul ass. And it chases you along the way. So what do you want to do now?
Is there any way I could just turn into a giant eagle and fly out the top?
I mean,
Of
you
the
can go through the
tower.
center. The center is just a pillar of energy. Like you
Maybe
can
I'll
see.
skip that.
Alright. So, what are you guys doing? Come on.
Just run some more.
Alright, roll d4.
Yeah.
Yeah, booking it. It's probably the best.
Another D4.
Yes.
Seriously.
Woo!
We moved less than 1 dice.
Did anyone else see that?
Yep.
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 The oil moves. And where you once stood, you can now see as being corroded with this boiling fluid.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, that's my move. You guys are up.
Oh
I
god.
don't want to be a French fry.
Yeah. Which, the heat is steadily increasing. And even the smell in this area is almost pungent and vile.
Are we able to tell what this is?
At this distance, yes. You can see that as you begin to move forward, a series of doors and gates begin to close up every 5 or 10 feet. Most of them you're able to just open and swing through, but there's one at the end that is just this straight, like 15 foot tall from floor to ceiling, at least what you have, just wooden door. It looks like the opening to Helm's Deep, if that makes any sense, but it blocks a landing that leads up to the next flight of stairs. Now then.
It's from floor to ceiling.
Yes.
We're gonna have to bust through that.
Who's good at busting?
I've got Eldritch Blast.
I mean, if it's wooden, couldn't Ayaja just touch it and light it on fire?
We don't have time to wait for it to be on fire.
Yes, my flames, unless I channel magic, aren't that powerful, I'm afraid.
Oh.
You won't know till you try.
He could do an electric thing, and I could do a produce flame, but that's the best I got without wasting limited slots.
I could quill it, but that would probably... I have poison spray. I could poison spray it.
I could always hit it with a fireball.
Door.
Yeah.
Fireball's good. Wait, don't, no.
Yeah, he meant bolt. He meant bolt.
Fire, not fire.
Yeah, not a fireball, a bolt.
I don't think we should use any flame in
Right.
here, considering the...
Well, for starters, you need to
Wait,
get closer to it
flammable.
regardless.
I have a portable ram.
Where are you storing that?
I can hold him.
I have a lot of things. Every time we go somewhere, I have my own little shopping adventure to try and prepare for our adventures.
He's actually really diligent about that. But yeah, you could do that, but you just need to get closer first.
Yep, absolutely. I probably have somebody stronger too, but yeah.
So you use an action to run?
Will just run through the door. Sometimes
Like, one of your actions is always to move. Alright. So you do get to it with your first action. What's your second?
Are we there? Are we
Yeah.
close to? We are.
Like,
Okay.
like you're
Hold on.
running up to it, but you're not coming at much speed.
I need to look up the.
For battering ram? I believe it's +5 to strength with an additional advantage if someone helps you.
I have 16 strength.
Plus,
Right,
it's
someone has
plus, yeah, +4 bonus on the strength check.
4. And then advantage if somebody runs it with you.
Yeah, I'll help.
Can you knit? I mean, your knit's probably a lot strong. I have a 0 strength.
What's Unit's strength? Oh yeah, because he's a...
All of it.
all
I
of
have
it.
+4 strength.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, have it.
as we approach the door, I'm just gonna pull the portable ram out of the bag of holding and like shove it into Yanit's chest.
Alright, so the group of you pull out this relatively simple wooden, like, well, log, basically, with a ram's head carved into the front of it, and you're going to just charge it through?
Yes.
All right. Whoever's taking the lead, make a athletics check with +4 and with advantage with everyone else helping you.
Okay, add 4 to it.
Yep.
Oh, bad roll.
Well, then you get your +4.
Yeah, but even with advantage, it's still 13.
All right. You hit the door, and the ram splinters through it. It's not as stable as you had once thought. It seems to be more of a deterrent than an actual blockade. And the ram head actually goes through it. But not enough of the door is broken for all of you to squeeze through. Which means I'm up. It grows closer. You can now look down and see that it is oil. Just distilled fat and flesh is now just boiling up behind you guys. The acrid smell begins to start biting at your nose and eyes. You're up.
Question: can I make some kind of check to see if it has, like, if it's conscious, if it's actually thinking, even if it's basic?
I'm gonna give it to you and say no, it's a door. Like
No,
that-
not the door, the ooze that's moving.
Oh, I'll give you that as well. It just looks to be a boiling pot.
And we don't see where it's coming from.
Well,
Or-
it was coming from where you guys were, where the tendrils were pulling into the energy and melting instantly.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, you guys have 2 actions, and the door is getting there.
Let's open it up.
No. So what do you guys want to do? This is a skill challenge. This is where creativity comes in.
How
Where-
wide is the door?
What are these black little squares next to our path?
Oh, that's actually the DC you need to beat, or the AC you need to hit, or the health you need to meet for each of the challenges. Those black squares are invisible to you, but they're visible to the recording.
Oh.
So everyone can know that I'm being fair.
Okay, cool. Well, let's bust through the door.
Alright. So what are you doing?
While I mean, can we each, like, as a group, only take one action?
Yes.
Or like while the 2 of them try and bust through with the ram, I can blast it with some force at the same time.
As an action, you can all do something. You know,
Okay, cool.
That something could be complicated, but you know,
Is the door cracked it at all?
the ram head went through it.
Okay, so if I put a javelin in and angled it and someone hit it on the other side to, like, snap it forward half of it, I'm really bad at explaining things, but
Like you want to use a javelin as a pry bar and then just split
yeah,
the door.
yeah.
I believe you have a crowbar.
No, I don't think I do.
I do.
I have
Somebody
a bar.
does, yeah.
Yep. So yeah, with a crowbar, yes, you can.
I feel like that might help a bit.
All right. That is an athletics check, and because you're using a pry bar, it's with advantage.
Want me to do it again?
Yeah, whoever wants to do it.
Well, making it a group decision.
Like you are all doing it together. Whoever wants to lead it, leads it.
You use the there you go.
All right. The door. Unit just drives it into the end and then just hits it with the palm of his hand, and it splits it like an ice block. The part of the door that's not attached to the wall slides into the energy and is dissipated. Not even sawdust comes out of it, just like this fine mist of powder. And you guys are free to move.
I'm gonna look at Max. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Touch it.
Don't touch. Okay, let's go.
You have an action.
Oh, they're
Everybody
arguing. I'll
move.
try to drag them along.
Let's go, 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 go.
Yeah, let's run.
Run. 2.
All right. I mean, that is a good 30, 40 feet. As a reminder, this thing is a couple hundred feet tall. So you guys, as soon as you break for the door, you just start sprinting through like a Black Friday sale.
Like a bunch of people chased by a boiling pot of oil.
And with each pulse of energy from the center, more oil seems to pour in.
What's that in front of us?
Let's see. Oh, you're within 2, so yeah. As you start to climb up higher and higher past this first landing, you can see there are these cell doors along the walls. As soon as you start to get close to them, these tendrils start pushing out of them and begin slapping, slashing, grabbing, and grinding anything that gets in their grasp. You basically have this hallway of not good things reaching in.
Okay, now we could use a fireball.
You want me to use a fireball or a firebolt?
Whatever's gonna clear out most of those tentacles.
What would clear out most of those tentacles? Let's see.
Fireball.
Pulls out book. Just stands in the hallway.
Tick, tock, tick.
Hold on a second. My friggin' I accidentally hit the reload button, so I got moved like all the way back.
Alright. Well,
Yeah, I guess we'll throw a good old fashioned Armax brand firebolt.
bolt or ball?
Fireball, which I guess would for Armax would be a firebolt.
Alright, roll it. Damn. Alright, wild magic.
Woot.
And I need you to make a charisma check with your proficiency.
Well, that proctors and a charisma check.
A charisma check adding your proficiency modifier. Alright.
Wow.
You
Well, I
guys
don't think I
turn
need
the
to add
corner and
modifier
see
anymore.
just see this wall of very awful tendrils just start pulling out. And the second you do, Armax just leans forward and points as this small little mote of fire leaps out of his hand, and the stairwell leading up is engulfed in fire. There are no tendrils anymore, as they've either receded or been burned completely to the ground. Alright, and D100 Armax.
A D100.
Let's see. You guys still have one more turn?
Run.
Move.
Oh no, that was a D20 for some reason.
Alright, so someone roll D4.
I got it.
13, 13, 13. Armax, roll me 2 D100s.
2 D100s?
Yes.
Ooh.
2, 1, 2, 3.
Oh crap.
Please don't kill us with your D100s.
96 and 70.
Unit and L take 96 and 70 damage. That's just what the spell's called. It's weird.
Can I take the 70?
Well, no, they both
I
proc.
want the 70.
I can take the 96.
Couldn't.
I
God,
mean,
you guys
if
have
you
so much
want to,
health.
you can.
No thanks.
Like, you are doing this as a group. You could take it as a group.
Let's find out what it is first.
You don't get to decide that.
Oh,
I'm only
okay.
giving you a choice because of Armax's anarchist. But yeah, you guys move through unimpeded through tentacles. Armax, what's going on with your? Is this just happening or not?
What's happening?
Roll a charisma saving throw.
I did roll a charisma with this saving throw. I got a 20.
That was a check. This is a saving throw.
Saving throw?
Yes.
A throw where I am saving things.
So as you guys move through the
You
tentacled
get
hallway,
+4 if you're near me.
and what's your? But yeah, as you guys pass through the tentacles, Armax passes through, and as he moves, he starts releasing a gas that starts to solidify and choke the environment.
Oh gosh.
You guys are
Oh
in
god,
a
who gave him dairy?
you guys are in a
Rentals.
fog cloud. All right. Hey, and Armax failed. So I need a D10, Armax.
A D10?
Yep. 3. 7. Armax turns into a frog.
Oh!
Help me.
Alright.
I think we should
Ribbit.
just put him in a pocket until we get upstairs.
Alright, so you guys move,
I hopped in.
and it's me.
I hopped to Elenel.
Yeah, you can essentially catch him, but while Armax is frogged, he cannot assist.
I
Leave
put
this
him
out.
in a pocket, sigh, and run. Because he's stupid.
Cutest frog you've ever seen.
Oh gosh.
With another pulse of energy, the fluid begins to climb higher and higher. You can see that the door that was partially eviscerated in the energy now begins to crackle and burn in the oil.
Are we gonna die?
I can be fireproof for a minute, so.
I
It's
am
really
a
hard for you
frog.
to be
This is
burn
me.
proof.
I can only be burned slowly.
Alright, that's me. You guys are up.
I think we should probably run. Guys.
Yeah,
Of course.
Just move.
What's this obstacle coming up to us while
You
we're
can't
running?
see it just yet. You can
Okay.
see that past this landing, the stonework starts to change color, but you're unable to see anything else. Alright, now you can see it. As you pass by, you see a very similar sort of worked earthen stone that you remember on the first floor of the fortress. And then it occurs to you, oh, there's slats in the walls.
I think we just gotta run through you guys. I don't know of any clever way to stop buzzsaws.
Okay. Maybe one of you does.
Do we have dead bodies we could throw on them?
Nope.
Damn.
Do we see a lever anywhere?
You are just running up a stairwell. Alright, so what are you doing?
Do I see a lever past the spinning
No.
death trap? Okay, well.
Like, since it's circling around, it's hard to see more than like 15 feet ahead. You can tell that the stone has changed and there are slats in the walls and floor again. At random angles and at random intervals. So what are you guys doing?
How far does it look different?
At least a good 40, 50 feet.
Oh shoot, nope, that idea's out the wall.
Yeah.
I think we just gotta run you guys. Anybody else have an idea?
I'm a frog.
Nope,
No.
because I set him off last time, so let's just go.
Alright, we're just gonna run through.
Alright. Roll a d4. And then I need a Yaja to make a dexterity saving throw.
Does my bonus apply, or?
The thing you got from last game, yes, it does affect. As you are still itchy.
Oh, sorry, why is it not rolling 2? I hate that it never does that. So 15 plus 4
-1.
minus 1. Because I'm at disadvantage, right?
Yes, because you're armor.
Okay, yeah. I just haven't figured out how to keep track of it.
Wait, does your armor give you disadvantage on dexterity saving throws? I think it's only
Um,
stealth.
It's just
I thought it did.
Yeah, no, it's only stealth.
Okay, so then minus 1.
Yeah, then just -1. Well, you crit.
And plus a bunch.
So as you all begin to run up the staircase, yes, you begin to see these saw blades begin to cut into everything. But Ayasha, fast on her feet, actually takes her shield and throws it forward, and it catches into one of the furthest saw blades, stopping all of them. You guys make it up through the entirety of the hallway, and Armax is able to snag it right before they all restart again. Actually, oh no, Armax couldn't because he's the frog, so it'd be Bran.
Oh, that'd be way cooler.
Because of the dexterity. Yeah, and you guys are up. Let's see. These are the statuettes. Alright.
I am the Frog King.
Again, the stonework changes another color, this time to an almost sort of dark quartz. And you can see perched in the walls, in these little alcoves, are these, well, little dragon figures that seem to be about 3 feet tall. But yeah, it's your 2 actions, which means it's me. And you guys passed the challenge, so I get a bonus. For this fuck lot of good it does me.
Ha! Take that, bonus.
You can see where the tentacles once were. They now boil and sizzle in the oil.
Do they scream?
Sizzled better when
Nope.
I did.
They did when they got fireballed. Now you just, well, they do like the lobster scream, which is not an actual scream. It's just water being quickly boiled out of it.
Like that.
A little higher pitch, but yes.
That made it sound like there was a Wookiee also in there.
I mean, you didn't see what the tentacles were attached to. But yeah, you guys are up.
Do we have any idea what actually happened to the burp?
You saw him release a fog cloud, and then he poofed into a frog. I guess Eleanor would be able to know that it looked very similar to a polymorph spell. So what are you guys doing? You got 2 actions.
So what, like, are they just statues? Are they actually things?
They just look like statues.
I could quill them.
Could what?
Quill them.
How do you quell statues?
Quill, like a porcupine quill.
Like
Oh.
her cantrip ring.
I prefer Peter Quill.
Yeah. Alright, what are you guys doing? Come on.
What are they wearing? Or they're not wearing anything?
It just looks like they look like our world gargoyles, like but recessed into the walls. But a couple dozen of them.
I'll put up a moonbeam because I can just move it forward as we go.
Your moonbeam would be almost the entirety of the stairwell.
It's not that big. It's just 4 squares, or right?
It's everything within 5 feet of its center.
Yeah, it's 5 foot radius.
But yeah,
Oh.
this stairwell's about 10 feet wide, or maybe closer to 7.
Would you be able to move the moonbeam fast enough to keep up with us?
It moves at 60 feet, so
Well,
I think I can angle it so it doesn't hit us as long as it's forward enough or like up. Like I don't think I have to just think of straight lines. It can be like higher or lower.
And it's a beam, so it comes down. It hits basically almost everything, higher and lower.
Yeah. I'm bad at explaining things.
So you're gonna try and moonbeam these things.
As long as it wouldn't hit us, yes.
It would be difficult, but yes, you could. So I would need a charisma check from you with your proficiency modifier.
Our proficiency is still only 3, right?
I believe so,
Yeah.
yes.
Goes to 4 on the next level.
13
Alright.
minus 1, maybe?
Right. No, that's not dex based. But yeah, you, with a subtle prayer from above, you release this sort of, well, this radiant beam, which is almost dwarfed in comparison to the one in the center of the hallway. But unfortunately, because of how tall this is, or I should say short, it's really difficult to get in any good place. So you can use it, but since you put it in front of you, it's very difficult to move it anywhere without having to go through it yourself.
I couldn't move it forward.
You could, but you guys are moving faster than it.
Okay, then. Can I not do it then if I know it's a bad idea?
I'm afraid you couldn't tell until it was rolled.
Oh, it's there. I'll drop it.
You
At
can
the
drop
end.
it, or you can still use it. What effects that has is well, you don't know yet.
I'll drop it. I'm not gonna risk it.
Alright. You do moonbeam one of the statues, and after doing so, you can see that the statue breaks, and there's like this gout of fire coming out of its neck hole. Going straight up. But you still have one action.
Let's try to stay close to that fire spigot.
Well, that's only one statue out of dozens.
Can we run behind the statue?
No, they're cemented into the wall.
Can we climb over the statue?
You could definitely try to like acrobatics your way over each of them, basically doing front flips and like low rolls. You could definitely do that as a group. Is that what you guys want to do?
It's up to you guys.
Sounds good to me.
I'm good with that.
Alright, you guys are going to try and dodge through it. Alright. I need whoever has the lowest acrobatics score to roll acrobatics. As the strength of this is going to depend upon your weakest link.
Mine is +5.
I'm only a +2 unless I do blades on.
I'm +2.
I'm +4.
I'm a frog.
The frog is technically the worst, but I'm not going to punish you with his.
I'm in a pocket. I mean, that doesn't
Yeah.
really count. And shouldn't frogs be more acrobatic?
Yes, but you have no ability to help them with this. Basically, one of you is leading, and that's going to be whoever's the worst of you, so the others can keep pushing you forward. So yeah, someone needs to roll it, and it sounds like it's going to be Elenil or Yanit, which is weird. So which one?
It's your turn.
You want me to do it? Okay.
Alright. You guys begin to get closer, and yes, each of the gargoyle-like spigots begins shooting fire into the hallway. And then another one starts shooting lightning, another one acid. Each one seems to just spout whatever caustic element they could find into the hallway. And you begin to notice that because it's a gout of flame, it's really hard to go over it as well as under it. You can abandon trying to do this, but you still spend your action, or you can continue doing this and
Can
risk going
I
through.
shift forward and just take the damage for them?
Unfortunately, it's all or nothing.
We've got plenty of healing potions left.
Dozens.
Yeah, got many.
No, dozens of statues.
Oh,
Like, I need an answer, but it's Elenil's answer. Do you abandon it and not risk that? Or do you think that's good enough to get through?
Do you think a 13 would be good enough?
It's your choice and your choice alone.
Fuck it, we'll do it.
Alright,
Does
roll a
doing it
d4.
does doing it as a team give her advantage?
Unfortunately, no. Because this is... Alright, well, 1, 2... Alright, you guys are able to go through it. However, your acrobatics are not as well attuned. Since you're limited by the energy to your left, and the nothing to your right, and the fact you're going upstairs as opposed to down, you're not awful. Some of you are definitely better than others. But it's still not a good sight. Let's see. Well, Yeah, I should have enough dice for this. All right. All right. I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw. Except for the frog.
With a bonus, because I ages.
You still get the
So-
bonus, yes.
+3 for me and then +4 for everyone else.
All right. So,
Can we use the reaction to reduce damage?
with multiple different elements, it wouldn't help you enough. But yeah, as you go through, Ayaja and Bran, Ayaja is able to put up her shield and block some of it. Bran, as well, is able to just sort of like duck around. His smaller frame is very helpful here. Now then, let's see. With that, you cut the 2 down to a 1, and you cut the 3 down to a 2. Alright. So, yeah. Ayaja and Will, you guys take half of 23. Everyone else takes the 25 magic damage. Or psychic, sorry.
Including the frog?
No, you are being protected.
Wait, is this psychic or magic damage? Because that's further reduced because of my resistance thing.
Yeah, it is
For
psychic.
everyone.
It is magic and psychic. So being all together, instead of splitting up, you would still get the bonus. So that cuts
Okay,
it in
so-
half again for Ayaja and Bran, and the rest of you take half.
So I would take 11, I think.
You would take half of 23, which would be 12, and then half again to 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the people with 25 take 12 damage.
Ayaja and Will take the 6. Everyone else takes the 13.
Okay.
Got it.
But you guys do get through it. Now then. See, that was your second action? Or was that your first?
I don't even remember.
I rolled, then... Roll, Ayaja rolled. And then, yeah, no, that was your first action. So you still have one more.
Are those bad guys in front of us? Can we not see them yet?
The stones again around you turn into another color. This time, it looks like a beautiful, elegant marble. You can't see what's up top all that well, but you can see that there's daylight.
Well, let's keep running, guys.
Right?
10-4.
Ribbit.
All right. As you guys get up to the last, you guys get to the last landing in the staircase, and instead of spiraling upward, it goes forward. And you can see the light coming from was a magical light source. It just seems to be hanging off a rope. In front of you, you can see a large set of double doors, about 20 feet across, 20 feet high. In front of it stand 3 suits of armor. One of steel, one of iron, and one that looks to be of a very dark black metal that none of you could place offhand. Which means I get to go, and since you complete another one... Wait. Oh, you guys at the end. So it gets a boost. Where once you heard the saw blade rearing, you can now hear, well, the sound of churning, almost like a boat motor, just cutting into seaweed. And the oil catches fire.
Oh, gee.
The sparking machinery, or the friction of the metal, actually ignites it, and the entire room begins to heat up.
Oh, gosh.
You guys are up.
I'm gonna cast Bless.
Okay. On who?
I'm close enough. Up to 3 creatures.
You can target anyone.
I mean, I can target multiple people. I'm just seeing if I can do everyone. Okay, I can only get 4, so...
I'll see for the purposes of
I'll
this.
do everyone but myself.
I was about to say, I'd say for the purposes of this, you could bless the party. Since you're
Okay,
all
but I
working
was-
together.
Yeah, I was cool though with not doing myself. That's fine.
Alright. But yeah, you spend your first action and everyone in the party, the light, although artificial, some part of it seems to ring true, like actual sunlight. And each of you begin to feel this small beacon of hope begin to light up.
Oh, jeez.
That's your first action. What's your second?
Does the armor look like it's doing anything?
Each one is standing there in front of the door, taking up the entirety of the space in front of it. Each in their hand holds not a shield. They hold a bastard sword pointed downwards. Standard, like, knight in knight armor, like in a castle. So what are you guys doing?
I mean, I could send my shark after them, but I would be using a 2nd level spell slot.
Can we just run around them?
They are shoulder to shoulder, and they're shoulder to shoulder across the wall. You can try to go through them.
Do they look like they're moving?
Nope, they look still.
I mean, you
We
still
could
got
always-
you still got the portable ram. You want to just try and bust through them? You didn't take point.
Sounds good enough to me.
I guess.
Alright, is that what you're doing? Then you knit, takes point with battering ram, +4, and if everyone's helping him, with advantage. Alright, and with the +4, the knight in the dark iron crumbles to dust. You slam the battering ram into him, and it's almost like he's made of glass. He just falls apart. The knight in the middle, made out of steel, takes a step to the side, and the knight in iron takes a step to the side, and each of them now stand equally apart in front of the wall. Which means I'm up. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Less and less of the previous landings can be seen. You can now see the fires now licking up at the statuettes that were burning. And the heat only grows hotter, each of you now having visible beads of sweat going down your faces. Your move.
Same plan?
That's
Guys.
up to you guys.
So,
It seemed to work so well last time.
I mean, anybody got a better plan?
No.
Well, there you go.
I don't know how it's gonna work against metal.
Unless you have something that you know will work against metal.
I don't know. My scimitar doesn't like. It likes to beat up things that are constructs.
You want to give it a shot? We have 2 actions.
Tick tock, tick tock. If you wait too long, the oil gets a turn.
Hurry up and do it! And I
I
put
hit the
it
mid
forward.
thing.
Alright, what are you doing? Alright, so you're going to attack them.
What else do we have? You hit it with a battering ram. That's all you have.
I mean, it crumbled to dust.
It was a volcanic glass. This is metal.
No, the other one was metal. You just couldn't tell what it was from. But yeah, you strike into it, and I need a strength check. And since you're using your construct hating weapon, you have advantage. No, this is athletics with advantage.
Well, it's the same roll. Actually, it's +3.
The Iron Knight falls. You strike into it, and it doesn't crumble to dust. The wrench hits it, and you see these small little arcane well, crowbars basically form up and start ripping chunks of the armor off, and it just leaves a small wooden stand where it once stood that falls over. The Iron Knight is down. The Steel Knight still stands before you. What are you doing?
Do we see a door at all?
Yes, he's standing in front of it.
So as we took the first one down, they crowded the door.
Yes. They've essentially tried to keep them equally in front of you, in front of the door.
I don't know, do we try to beat this one up again? There's this one too? Do we have anything else? Do you want to try the battering ram?
If we can get around him, this is it.
What are you guys doing?
I
I
mean,
mean, it
works so far.
seems to be working pretty good so far.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Hit it with the wrench.
So what are you doing? Alright. Again, strength check or athletics check with advantage because of your wrench. You strike into the Steel Knight, and you just cut it in half. It seems to be almost made of butter, and you just drive it from its can't talk. From the top of its right shoulder all the way down to its knees. You just split it, and it falls to each side and melts away. The Steel Knight falls. However, I'm up.
Run!
The figurines are slowly snuffed out as the oil completely encompasses them. You can now see next to you there's just this vat of fire that's climbing up. The single column of energy seems to pulse ever more, continuously.
You guys want to leave? I want to leave.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Alright,
Frog noises.
you're up. Well, you still have the door they were guarding in front of you.
Open the door.
I mean, it's the same as the first one.
Well, then I guess we're gonna bust through, guys. Let's try a little faster, right? So we gotta step up to the door.
No, you're at the door.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Basically,
guys-
this is it.
So let's have a couple of you use the battering ram, and I will use Eldritch Blast. Eleanor, you want to do anything?
I mean, I'm not that strong. I could be a cheerleader.
Tick,
I'm guarding the frog.
Tick.
I'll stick with the frog.
tick, tock.
Okay. All right, you guys make your athletic check.
Alright. So you're hitting it with the battering ram?
That's what I said.
You wind up with it and go into strike, and you hit into it solid. And it doesn't budge. You can see the oil start to climb up, as even your blast just seems to scatter across it. Then, you pull back the battering ram, and the door falls down, like it slides into a slot. Before you is a hallway. I'm guessing you guys go in?
No, we're just gonna stay here and get boiled alive.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can.
we don't want to
Bitch.
enjoy the game anymore. We figured we'd just end it here.
I want to walk through slowly, like I'm walking away from an explosion. But then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to pull the frog out of Eleanor's pocket and dip it in the fire.
No, you're not.
Hey! You
I'm
don't
just imagining
get
it's
to
like
this
an
frog.
iron giant with a giant wave coming.
Don't hurt me.
like
I'm
this.
adorable.
You've already spent your 2 actions this round, so you'd have to wait around to do that.
I wouldn't.
Okay. I'm going to slowly walk through as the oil catches up with us. Then I'm going to turn around on the other side of the doorway and then hang the frog over the fire.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. You can't stop me. You want to fight?
Well, you have to fight
Yes.
Elenil. Yeah, you all go through.
Eleanor,
Yes.
save me. I am adorable.
I
As-
pull out the frog and start petting him on the head.
As soon
That
as you
makes-
guys walk through the doorway, the heat goes away. The smell goes away. You look back, and the stairwell's completely empty.
I stopped the frog.
Like,
It was a trick.
I think the fact that you guys took psychic damage was probably a hint.
Well, hey, we got up those stairs quick.
Oh gosh, this room is a metaphor for how we're all mentally blind to our own weaknesses.
Oh, motherfucker. I'm gonna
No,
get
you
this
just
fixed one
couldn't
day.
turn out the lights on.
And we're just blind in general.
Did that do it? Oh,
No.
No.
did that do it?
Yes.
No.
I see his bed.
Nothing.
I see a, what is that,
Oh.
Louis the 14th?
Alright,
I
one of
see
these
it.
days
A
I'm
really
gonna
nice
figure
bed.
it
Yeah,
out.
look at that shit.
Alright.
Better.
Let's not destroy the tile. That bed's too nice.
Oh,
Guy,
God, we're going to have to
there's
tuck him in bed.
I'm seeing copies of everybody though. It's weird. Oh wait, that's just a team picture.
As you guys enter up, you are greeted by the sound of a couple things. The first one being a cheering crowd that seems to be off in the distance. And before you, you can see what looks to be an opulent bedroom. Entering into it, you can see that it is just wall-to-wall extravagance to the point of being gaudy.
It's the
There's gold furniture, there's fine silk across the walls, there's statuettes, and in the center of it you can see, well, the centerpiece, which is a 10-foot tall, 4.5 feet wide, solid gold statue of what looks to be a rather lanky troll in very extravagant, like, leather armor with spikes as opposed to rivets. Has this very large brimmed black hat that seems to spin across. He has a look in his eyes of absolute victory and a smile on his face that could eat even the largest amount of shit in existence.
it's a
In
shitty
one
game.
hand, he holds what looks to be a I forgot the name of it, but loot, basically. In the
Is
other, he holds the severed head of a humanoid.
Is the burp still a frog?
He's still a frog in Eleanor's pocket.
I try to shake the frog to make him turn back.
Yeah, the second you manhandle the frog, Armax takes 1 point of damage and comes back.
Oh, I
See?
love you.
What?
I hug the Eleanor.
Why?
Can I have
You didn't kill me.
my ram back? Yes, thank you.
Oh, mine.
Well, I mean, all right. If you want to hang on to it,
I stuffed it in your bag.
okay.
I woke
Oh
up with a
wait,
burp
was
and I flicked
probably
him on
supposed
the beak.
to. I step forward, clear my throat. Greetings. I am Bran the Blood Hunter. This is Ynit the Sword Caller. That's Iasia, the entirely too good for the rest of this group. That's Elenil, that knows everything about trees. And that's Arumax.
This is stupid.
Who are you saying this to?
Like your title's stupid? Do you want me to get another one for you?
No, I mean, this whole thing is stupid.
Well, aren't you talking to a statue?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
It's a statue of the guy.
yeah, it's a statue of some guy. Which, by the way, is there like are there like any chest or drawers or anything?
Yeah, there are treasure drawers everywhere.
Let's go raid those.
Any raid.
Maybe not fall for the obvious trap.
I think the obvious trap is that guy holding the severed head.
Yep, let's go raid, and I go with Armax to raid.
No, guys,
Doors.
that's not what. Okay, that's a terrible idea. You're gonna get us killed.
Well, they're
Sorry, can't
doing.
hear you over this awesome plan.
Can I recognize the human, like the severed head, or is it turned away from us?
Well, no, the human head is part of the statue.
Oh, I thought it's a statue and then a real person.
No,
Okay.
no. It looks like a trophy, but 10 feet in diameter.
It's 10 feet in diameter and 10 feet tall.
Or 10 feet tall, like, you know what I mean. It is a large statue made of gold. And on it is a plaque that reads, The Savun Bard.
You cut out.
Sovereign Bard. Tick. Right hand of the Emperor of the Frigid Calamity. Oh, yeah. Yep. So what are you guys doing?
Me and Armax are going through all the chests and drawers to find treasure.
Alright,
Yeah, we're just going through this guy's shit.
make investigation checks.
Woo!
Alright, as you guys enter into the room, you can see to one side there is... You can see to one side that there is a gate that seems to lead out into a... Well, you can't really tell because there's a lot of light. It's a very similar motif. But as you get closer to it, the cheering gets louder and louder. And it seems to be the only way out of this room. Looking around, I don't know, you can see that there are drawers upon drawers filled with clothing. Clothing from a different matter of individuals. Many of them seem to have monograms on them. Most of them are, well, for creatures far smaller than a troll. And a lot of them are torn, if not bloodied. As well as a lot of them hold the symbol of the Emerald Glades. It's easy to surmise that this dude's been keeping things of his victims.
Can I do something weird? Possibly
ahead.
weird. Can I
What's
just
the
start
first
playing my Syrah? Because I know he's a bard and it's just like a sort of a fuck you kind of thing.
You're doing what?
I'm playing an instrument. Because I
Oh.
know he's a bard. It's basically like, yeah, I don't need your
You're-
shit. I got my
You're
own.
challenging him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You can go ahead and start playing. It's drowned out predominantly by the crowd, but you definitely feel prouder about it.
I just want to see how bad I do. I do pretty okay.
Yeah, you do fine.
Ooh,
I want to.
let me join in on that one.
I want to start dancing while everybody else is reading this stuff.
Alright, let's see. Damn it. Okay, you guys
Oh
have a
god, that's
performance.
such a bad combo.
Now then, Eleanor. Looking through his closet, you find something.
Uh-oh.
You find a steel wardrobe.
Can I open it?
Opening it, you find large sets of sandals and shoes.
I gasp and scream, "Hey guys, look, I found shoes!"
Are they his?
I think so.
Most
Swap
of them
them
look to be.
around.
Now, the thing that strikes you about this is that it has a completely different motif than everything else in the room. It has dwarven script on it, and has
It's
these
magic.
Huh?
Find out if it's magic.
The nat 20.
Is it magic?
I'll give it to you. As soon as you touch it, you can see the script begin to light up, and as you close the box, you just hear this zip, and the 10-foot cube becomes a 1-inch cube and lands on the floor.
It did a thing. And I showed them the cube.
We'll hang on to it and we'll take it with us.
I put it in my pocket.
Alright. Added to your inventory, box of shrinking.
Yeah, you should put somebody in there.
Are you
Like your
volunteering?
frog body?
No, that would kill me.
Okay. The last thing that you find, other than the statue, and you can tell the statue is pure gold. Like, you can bend part of his cloak a little bit, and it does about right. The last thing you see is stuffed away by one of those dresser walls is an armor stand. But rather than a full set of armor, you find what looks to be chains. Chains all attached to one central chain with 5 manacles attached to it. The one in the center being the largest one. It looks to fit a human. Upon feeling them, they are lighter than air. And you can tell that there's something about them.
Do I see any like symbols or sigils on them?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, this will be beautiful.
Can I look for languages, like not spelled things, but just
Yes.
written word? Okay.
Make a perception. Alright. Armax, you're looking around and
It's in googly gook.
you're too busy defiling the air with music.
You mean improving it?
Well, you're
See-
defiling his music. You're playing well.
Yeah, seeing that they're just gonna go ahead and raid anyway, I suppose I would like to join it. Fun.
Alright. Well, Elenil's found most of what's valuable. Like, there's assortments of random weaponry, but it's clear that they're just either in disrepair or just uninteresting.
Well, in that case, is there anything practical left?
I'd say you could definitely find about 3 short swords that are still in decent enough use. And you would absolutely find a almost complete matching set of cloth helmets. Yeah.
You
Alright,
mean
and-
hats?
Well, no. They actually have plating inside of them, so when you put them on, they're almost solid. They're basically part of a leather armor set for someone who wants to wear leather armor that's lighter than normal.
Would wearing a helmet help me at all?
Unfortunately, no. It
Well.
helps those without armor.
Well,
And Armax, you can tell that there is writing on the chains. Though, what languages do you speak?
I speak Aircroc, Celestial, and Goblin.
All right, you can't really tell what it says.
I start showing the chains to other people who can read other languages.
All right. What languages? What languages everybody know who's reading it?
Just primordial besides common.
Elvish.
Any others? Check Elenil's just to make sure.
Watch him be an abyssal or deep speech, something random.
Spanish.
Oh, I speak Giant Primordial. Or any language if I want to.
You guys, on your own, you guys aren't able to figure out the language between all of you.
I guess I'll pocket the mysterious chains then.
Alright.
Turns out these are just for the winter months.
Are we sure we want to be taking things? It could be another trap. It could be a cheeky trap saying, do not take or be cursed.
It was hidden behind a, like a dressing screen. It looked to be more like a trophy. And looking around the room, he seems to keep, nice trophies. There's actual pieces of artwork that look to be completely stolen as based on the wear and tear on them. You can see that there's a selection of musical instruments ranging from, bagpipes to lutes to even small pianos that seem to be portable.
Ooh, I want the piano.
Does he seem to have anything linked to either the Shadowfell or the Feywild?
Also, any of those bagpipes nicer than mine?
Not the same quality. Different styles, but, they don't change much. But yeah, what'd you ask, Brian?
Do I see anything that could be linked to the Shadowfell or the Feywild?
Make an investigation.
Boop.
Alright. You're not finding anything specifically. I mean, you do see, bits of the architecture seem to be, elvish in nature, but it seems to be more how a New England rich couple would treat old English material. The room is gaudy to all hell, and it's mismatched. It's definitely the room of somebody who was trying to be fancier than they actually know how to do. It's picture somebody, picture new money. Very gaudy new money.
Got it.
Well, everybody had their fun.
So I'm actually just carrying the chains? The chains are one set. It's one central chain with a large hoop that looks like it would go over a neck, and out coming it are for two different sets of chains that look like arm and leg lengths. But it has almost no weight to it.
Fuck it, I'll put them on.
You're putting them on?
Yeah, sure, easiest way to carry chains. Armax died instantly that day.
I was really expecting one of you to cast Identify first. Alright.
He wouldn't let me.
No one
Stopped you!
If you want to, you can.
Yeah, we can, do a time warp on that one.
Because I was really surprised.
I said I could speak any language and I could,
I thought you were doing that. I didn't think you were doing that. I was waiting for you to say I cast or. But yeah, if you cast, all right, do you
I
cast
was waiting for
Identify?
him to give me a chance because he was just swinging the chains around like a crazy person.
To be fair, that is Armax. But yeah, are you casting Identify or Detect?
Yeah, I'll cast Identify on them.
All right, you cast Identify, and these are magical. Let's see. The name you get is the Chains of the Chains of the Slave Champion. These chains were once worn by one of the strongest gladiatorial combatants to ever be forced into the arena. Upon unbinding these chains, you are allowed 3 forms with it that can be changed as a bonus action. The slave, the warrior, and the champion. In the slave form, your dominant hand becomes a massive block of steel, think like Hellboy's fist, but it becomes a solid form, and it gives you an unarmed attack that is a D8 plus strength with the siege property. If you hit a building with it that is non-magically created, the script disappears into an uneligible language. When you switch it to the warrior form, the chains wrap around your arms and turn your forearms into lethal weapons. Each fist is now light and fast. Each of your unarmed attacks is now considered a D6 plus dexterity attack. With the added bonus, you can spend your bonus action to make a third attack. Each attack is considered magical. If all three of these attacks were to hit the same target, the text is lost to an ineligible script. When in the champion form, the chains no longer weigh you down, but weigh down your enemies. And they slam down into your feet, giving you these toed claws with spikes and these heels that are wide like hooves. They give you another unarmed attack that is a D8 plus strength. That is considered magical. But they give you the charge property, where you can run forward at twice your maximum speed in a single line without stopping. And you will deal 1d12 damage, plus an additional damage for every 5 feet you travel before hitting the target. If you hit a target larger than yourself before you hit the end, the text is lost to an ineligible script.
I look the bird in the eye and I'm like, give me the chains.
I give him the chains now.
Alright. You hold them, and you're a big guy. Like, stuff being light is nothing to you, but you can toss these in one hand like they're made of almost fabric. And as you hold them, they do look like they would fit, almost growing to your size. And that wasn't already apparent. All the attacks are considered magical. So what do you do?
I immediately take my scimitar, hand it over to anyone who's in 5 feet with me, and then I...
Hold on, I'm sorry, I forgot something. When you're in the slaver form, your right hand is inoperable, and it cannot be used to manipulate. When you're in the warrior's form, you cannot equip a weapon. When you're in the champion's form, you're allowed to do whatever. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Okay, I still hand the scimitar to anyone who's in range, and I immediately start attuning to this chain.
You don't have to. The second you clasp it onto your wrist, it locks in tight. Not terribly tight, but tight enough. And onto your wrist, and onto your ankles, and onto your neck. And as you put them on, you almost feel lighter. As if there's a weight being taken off. And then they get tighter. And tighter until the point that they start causing pain. You can feel the one on your neck actually begin to start choking you. The chains begin to retort and almost pull you inwards into where the center of the chains all are. And Ynit begins saying something that unfortunately none of you can speak. It is...
I like pain.
Ynit, you being kinky again.
Well, you're... Actually, yeah. And I would say this, it sounds demonic.
Yeah, I'd probably not understand, but be like, no, son.
Well, hearing
I'll
it,
stand.
Ayaja and Bran, you don't know the language, but you do know what it is. It's abyssal. You actually called it. Now here's the thing. Ynit, I need a D100 from you.
I'm strangely okay with it.
You're not gonna be. Holy shit, you made it. Right. As it goes tighter into you, and you begin repeating the same phrase over and over and over again, all of you can see his armor his ashen armor begin to turn to ash and fall off of him. Each piece in sequence falls off and lands into a heap on the floor, until it's nothing more than Ynit in his civilian clothing, and then the chains lax. And Ynit, your armor is in front of you on the floor. This destroys magic armor.
Am I still wearing my chains?
You're still wearing the chains. And as you feel them out, like, they would be in champion form by nature, and you can look, your feet have these just almost like reverse sandals look, where you still have your bare feet mostly on the ground, but you have these 3 like cat-like prongs that cut to the ground that flex with your actual finger or your actual toes, and your heels look like hooves with these huge holes in the sand that give you impressive grip. You switch out into the warrior form, and your hands are as fast as lightning. You can strike as quick as as quick as Bran does, even faster. You essentially go into like full boxing jabs of just unstoppable size. And you go into the slaver form, and your fist grows to almost the same width as your body, and is completely encased in this steel. But it's light as a feather. You can swing with it as if it was just your normal hand.
I feel like I was born for this. What happens if I slam my big fist in my little fist?
You do so, and you feel the impact, but almost like how you would do it normally, there's a little bit of give, because you know not to hurt yourself. But you slam it into the ground, and the pavement that is a beautiful marble cracks and splinters out. The entirety of the floor is just completely destroyed. I did say the slaver form had the siege property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Of course,
Well,
you're...
I'm like,
And that didn't require any attunement?
Nope, because it's cursed.
Ha! Told you so.
Any attempt he makes to remove it is fought with nothing.
sometimes a curse is okay.
You feel
Well,
fine.
I'm glad I didn't put that on.
Well, that just putting Bran to do it, but yeah. Yeah.
What's hilarious is that I actually took Tavern Brawler as my...
I was going to, but then he decided to try them on right here and now and not wait until after the crucial battle we're about to get into, despite whatever risks that we're going to. And I was like, all right. I mean,
You
That's
took
about right
Tavern
for this
Brawler?
party.
Yeah, I took Tavern Brawler. That's why my strength is +4 now.
Well, damn.
It's like I saw the future.
Yep.
What?
And now you have a D8 magic, 3d6 yeah. You have a lot of fucking damage utility. However, you do lose your armor. It wasn't destroyed, thankfully, but essentially cast it off.
I'm okay with this.
I'll go ahead and put your armor in my bag.
Okay.
And to set your mind at ease, Unit, you do feel like your blade song would still work.
Sweet. I just do like a Fist of the North Star dance now.
Is it gonna let him still use his scimitar?
It depends on the form. When he's in the warrior, he can't. He cannot equip a weapon. If he's in slaver, he can only do it in his offhand. And if he's in champion, he can do whatever.
Alright, so the first one is basically like a siege arm where you punch doors with it.
He becomes Hellboy.
And the second one makes you punch things really fast.
Turns him into a monk.
And
The
the
other
third
one gives
one
me
makes you
spike.
run and kick things.
And the
really
third
fast.
one gives him the Minotaur charge attack, but stronger.
How fast can you move?
with blade song 40.
Okay, I guess that's alright.
And you do 1 extra point of damage for every 5 feet you travel before you hit a target. And that is strength based. Yeah, but as a reminder, you can't stop that. You have to travel your full distance.
Right. It's like
So-
yeah.
So there's a bit of risk. But let's see, that's 80 feet divided by 5, that's fuck tons of damage.
It's like Berserker's Church.
It's based off of Get the Yankee, so there's that. So what are you guys doing?
Are there any pretty drapes or curtains I can rip off and just store? Because while it
Oh,
is
yes.
overly, yeah, she just wants to take some of it to use for later.
Yeah, there's a myriad of of silks in different colors, shades, textures. Like there's even one covering up what looks to be like a bathing area with a tub. That
So just rip
is
off pieces
covered in
from
dust.
everything.
Right.
And while she's at it, can I look under the pillow? Seems like a guy puts things under his pillow.
You look under the pillow
I do.
and you find a hand mirror.
Ha!
It is
Taking
made of
that
silver.
too. Yep, that's mine too.
Right. Then you can add to the bag of holding that you have, I'd say about 250 gold worth of silk and a 20 gold piece mirror. Is there anything else you guys want to take from here?
Where does he keep his dignity?
Can we take everything valuable that is not like
Not nailed down. And anything
Yeah.
that I can just rip it off.
pretty
Most-
much?
Like, with the silks, like, you have most of, like, the portable.
Are there any crystals dangling off of the chandelier?
They are, but they're glass.
I mean,
Hey,
Is there a nice comb nearby?
there's still the gold statue in the middle of the room.
Yeah,
Can we
want to
take
melt.
that?
Can we like melt that down?
I mean, yeah, it's actual gold. Like, you can't tell how pure it is, but you can move it with your hands.
We should have the strong people carry this out.
You want me to just put gold statue?
The statue will not fit in the bag of holding in its current size.
Oh,
just
okay.
could
What if
mold
we melt
to
it?
Make it thinner.
You want to put the gold statue inside of your cube of shrinking?
Yes.
God, I want to see that now.
Wait, did you have other things inside the cube of shrinking?
A bunch of shoes.
I
Just-
pull out all the shoes.
Just a bunch of random shoes?
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, the statue is heavy, as it is gold. So you pop out the little chest, and as soon as it lands on the ground, it pops up to its full size, 10 by 10. Yeah, 10-foot cube. And the statue is technically taller than it by a couple inches. Like, you could just break chunks of it off.
I mean, I imagine we're gonna bat him down.
So yeah, with Ynit's new power fist, basically, you can just begin hacking pieces of this statue off with the satisfying ting tang. And you can see that, like most of the room trying to be fancier than it is, the middle of the statue isn't gold. It looks to be more of like a silver, or maybe like a high quality steel. But it is still lots of gold. Like, the outer layer is gold. It's not fake. So yeah, you could break down everything except the base. The base being a square would be way too solid. But yeah, you have 1 troll's worth of gold. And other metals.
1 troll's worth?
It's a large statue. It's roughly the size of the guy who's in it. A troll.
Huh.
What
Like-
would happen if I punched Will, and then took their stones and put them in my glove?
Well, it's Hellboy's fist, so there's no fucking with it in that big form. Hey, no one said you guys have tried putting them together once, like you haven't done it since.
I'm gonna look at the trophies more closely, I suppose.
I'll do one more search around the room, just looking for anything that looks unique or interesting.
All right, both of you roll investigation with disadvantage since you guys have combed over the entirety of the room.
Get excited. That's intimidation.
Giving its loot.
Oh yeah, that is the wrong one.
Oh, sorry, my head was sideways.
No,
He's intimidating the room to give him more stuff.
I do the same thing with perception and performance. So hey, you actually do both fine. Yeah, you guys scan around the room and you can find that the vases in here seem to be like covered in dust and tarnish, but they do seem to be made of decent pewter and silver. The candlesticks are actually made of decent quality metal. As of true value, you don't really find much. You do find a ring box, but it's completely empty.
Meaning he's probably wearing a bunch of magical rings like a cheap bitch.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
This guy's decked out like Mr. T, isn't he?
Let's see. You do find one thing in particular. As you're looking around the room, you go to like test the walls, and one of them is hollow.
I test that wall some more.
There's like this good about foot cube that is hollow. Or hollow sounding.
Do I find is there like a latch or a lever or a candelabra?
Not that you can find.
Hey, Yanit, can you come test this hollow for us?
Hey, you knit, I bet you can't punch this wall.
Stand still.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. Like, your fist is so large it doesn't even go through it, but you do crack into it, and you splinter most of the wall and even chip paint off of it. And you pull back, and you can see that there's a small compartment. And in it, you find an empty potion bottle that looks to have been drank recently.
Oh, dang.
Let's see. And just rolling real quick. You find a diamond worth about 500 gold pieces. You find like this big fist size, like a beautiful cut diamond.
My old friend.
Nope, it's
Diamondy.
much smaller than that one. That one was the size of a cantaloupe.
Oh,
You've gotten
normal
smaller.
fist.
Yeah, this is more diamond. This is more normal. Not Unit fist, Armax fist. Yeah, there are a bunch of papers in there as well.
Oh, I'll try to pocket the diamond and read the papers.
Okay, add a diamond worth about 500 gold. And looking through the papers, they're manifests. But they're not shipping manifests. There's logs of stuff coming in and stuff coming out, but none of them seem to be leaving. There's no destinations. There's just floor numbers. Looks like a lot of stuff comes in from the lower floors that goes to one specific floor.
This floor?
What
the
floor?
5th floor.
Anybody here remember what was on the 5th floor? Was that the...
I think that's where the bridge was. The big ass bridge.
That was 2nd and 3rd.
Oh, that was 2nd, 3rd. Wow.
I don't remember.
We went
Was that
down
the-
the stairs to the 4th floor, right?
Yep.
Was that the one with the lab and the statue people?
That was 5. Or that was the 5th stairs or elevator you ascended.
But that doesn't mean it was the 5th floor.
Does it say what the 5th floor is?
Nope.
What kind of stuff is going to the 5th floor?
Well, a lot of it's abbreviated, but there are several words that come out very specifically. And it's like, arcane focus, cloak of something, gem of. Lots of stuff that have like prefixes of normal objects.
Shoot, guys, this is the vaults on the 5th floor.
Well, I like that we're enjoying ourselves, and we do need it. I don't think we have time.
We could take the express route.
But they're gonna
Punch-
destroy it.
Well, it's funny you say that, Bran. Because it all goes to the 5th floor and comes back as one thing that doesn't leave.
Wait, what?
What?
The manifest shows that objects are going in there, and there's a catalog of them. Some of them are getting moved to other places, but the majority of them are going there. And once they get there, they then come out as the output of the catalog as one thing.
What's the one thing?
AMKs.
AMKs. Arcane Material.
Anti-magic.
Yeah, it's an abbreviation.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat.
Artificial maker of Kool-Aid.
A Magic Knight.
That's the only one that actually made sense so far. I don't know.
It's just
Yeah,
what
but
it
what
is.
would okay, wait, hold on. I mean, we could always ask the guy, be like, hey, what's an AMK?
We could, and
Do you know what an AMK is abbreviated for in magic things? Like, do you use AMKs to power giant beams of energy that disintegrate stuff?
I don't think I've ever heard that term.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, you missed the 5th floor, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. On the 5th floor, they met with the Iron Helm that was taken over here. And you remember that they said something. That the Powder Boy said they took gear, but not valuables. And you remember that the Admiral there was trying to fix something they did to the Iron Helm. If the objects weren't going anywhere other than there, and that's the only thing that was messed with, sounds like there might be a connection.
Hey, you remember when they said they were making weird ammo?
Weird ammo? Like, for the ship cannon thing?
Yeah. You think they could be tearing down magical items to make an ammunition?
Well, they didn't say they were making. They said they put in. Like they jammed it.
Like a blunderbuss?
You can't see it, but the DM does a shrug.
Like a gigantic cannon-sized blunderbuss?
Like a
Possibly.
trap firing cannon.
Either way, if they're making adjustments to all the stuff they're taking down there, we can't do it. Why would you stuff a cloak of something into a cannon? That doesn't even...
Well, no. They go there, they become this AMK, and then they stay there.
And then they stay there. So they're always transformed into whatever AMK is
Anti-magic killer.
through some sort of process.
Can I make a check that magic items can't be easily destroyed? Because I know that as a player, but I don't know if Ayasha knows that.
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
All right. You do know that the process is incredibly difficult, but it's not impossible by any stretch of means. Anyone with a decent arcane essence could do it with enough time.
But this place exploding, do I feel like that would just ruin everything that's here?
Possible, But that does remind you of something that happened back in Portcullis. This was before you guys joined the game, but your characters would have been there when Portcullis was being leveled due to these weird explosions that were just completely destroying buildings without a trace, almost melting them. After a few days, it was reported that it looked to be as if they were using residium, which is the byproduct of magic, to create weapons. Specifically weapons that would just melt buildings in half. And that was just using raw residium, not even processed.
I conveyed that for whoever doesn't remember in character.
Oh, you think that they're taking these magic items, turning it into like residium rounds?
Maybe. I still don't know what the K would stand for.
Because that would suck. They could just completely bombard all of the Emerald Glades and like completely destroy the academy.
Which is why we should get a move on. Not to ruin the mood. This was fun, but I'm getting a bit nervous, and also this is incredibly itchy, and I want to fix this.
All right.
I have my claws. I can scritch you.
As the
Unit
humming,
has a gigantic fist. He could punch the itch out of you.
as the humming grows louder, the cheering matches it one for one. And you can hear them chanting, tick, 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 over and over in a cacophony of voices.
Oh, someone say talk already. Sorry, that was bothering me.
You think they're waiting on us? Because it would be super funny if we just went downstairs, helped them out with the ship, and left.
That's no.
I'm just saying, it'd be hilarious.
Um,
Real anticlimactic for them.
You
We
mean
can always,
the
like,
ship that was completely encased in green and black ichor?
Oh yeah, and the whole floor below us is covered in fiery.
Yeah, I was thinking, how do we even get down if we wanted to go down? So I think we're forced to go up.
Well, if there's a window there, we could just.
Well, no, that's just a picture.
Oh,
Instead of, plotting loot and plundering, maybe we should have a plan for once. I know it's out of character, but I feel a bit better.
I think that itching is making you a little crazy.
very
Or sane. I think planning's a good thing.
I think you and Annette should take the front. As soon as we go in there, I have a special spell that I can cast to try and shut them up. We'll see if it works or not. But I'm going to need a little bit of time to build up what I can do. And then if I can wait for the right moment, I can possibly, depending on the circumstances, take him out in one go.
I can attempt to guard you, but I can only do so much.
Like, it's gonna hurt. It might very well kill me in the process. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out.
I can try to counteract any spells he does.
That's helpful.
And Yannick, can you keep him busy and distracted until I can strike?
I think I can handle that.
Because I think he's gonna have a lot of friends. Obviously, they're all cheering, so you might not be able to just focus on him. I think you and Elenil are probably gonna have to work together. And Iasia.
I'll stick near you, Bran. I can still help Unit from afar.
Okay, so you stick near me, Elenil, and Yannick. Focus on keeping him distracted. Arumax, are you help my magical protection for while I build?
Yeah, I'll try to just kind of keep an eye, make sure he's not trying to cast anything towards you, and try to hit him with some of my stuff as well.
It won't take me long. It'll take approximately 12 to 18 seconds.
Actually,
4 rounds of combat.
But before that,
What a thing.
Unit, could you do me a quick favor, dear?
Hmm?
Could you identify my Pumble real quick? I don't know what to do, and I feel like I might have to do something.
Sure.
Okay. So as you spend the minute doing this, the cheering and the humming grows louder. And as you do so, you did. Elenil, what's the bonus? What's the attack bonus on your weapon? No, Elenil, Aja, fuck.
Oh, pretty sure it's just +1, but it might be +2.
I thought it might be +2.
It's because it deleted from one thing but stayed on my other, so it's kind of a peaceful blade. Here we go.
+1.
+1 to both
Okay.
attack and damage rolls.
Alright, Unit, you can tell that it is a +1 greatsword.
Can't tell anything about the pommel.
That's all he knows. It's a +1 greatsword.
You got a special pommel on there?
A gift from my patron, but we'll see. We have a good plan, although I feel like Elenil needs...
She didn't look like a patron.
Suspicious.
I mean, surprised you didn't question it at the moment.
I didn't, since I never actually saw my patron before.
Fair enough. So,
Wait, was it a he or a she?
It was an older woman, for a time. Very kind.
Don't you follow like the goddess of light or healing or something? I have it written down. Hold on. Let me pull out my book.
It's not light specifically, no.
Liara, the goddess of peace, love, and merriment.
Yes,
She sounds like someone who would give you a sword.
I
well,
found the sword. She... Never mind.
I mean, most of you should know the name. It belonged to the previous paladin who held it, whose tomb you robbed for it.
Yeah, well, we found the sword together. It's just she altered it, or someone else altered it somehow.
Which, by the way, only you can see that.
Oh, so she's talking. She doesn't know no one else can see that.
Nope.
So we're all like, okay,
I told
whatever.
her she's going a little crazy.
So she's like pointing out features that don't exist, and we're just like, hi, Aja.
Quest,
I mean-
and then I went into the sky, and
Have you been eating my special rations?
no, I was just... never mind. We'll talk
Seeing
later.
things flying in the sky. Stay away from my special rations.
It's bird seed in quotation marks.
Yes, it is birdseed, and nothing else.
Actually, I believe they do use cannabis seeds as a bird feed because it's actually really good for them.
That is true. There are some species that they do that with. They also do it with pigs.
Alright, so what are you guys doing? Like, it basically sounds like you guys are outside a Yankee stadium, and the New England Patriots are running rounds around the top bleachers.
Oh, I totally understand sports ball. Let's go throw the first pitch.
We get out. Armex is just gonna peek his head through. Shut up! We're discussing things.
Well, we have most of a plan. Just a few more pieces to... I'm not much of a planner.
Indoor
What-
voices.
Any other detail we add will probably just be automatically dismissed when we discover the situation ahead of us. What other details do you think?
Right, no plan survives contact and all that. We should have some kind of cheer or chant when we go out for our team.
Really?
Yes. Really.
Do we have a team? Are we a team?
Team Armex.
You're right. That was a stupid idea.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We are a team.
Put a pin in that for later, but yeah.
It's more to build up our confidence and...
Okay, well, what should we call ourselves?
It could just be, let's do this, or a bunch of high-fiving, or putting our hands together and raising them up.
Yes, I love being on Team Bunch of High-Fiving.
Do you really want to high five me right now?
We're trying to come up with our team name. So far, we've got Team Bunch of High-Fiving.
Oh no! That
Or
is that I
Team
want to do that
Armax.
before we go out.
I like Team
and-
Armax. Team Awesome.
Team Awesome.
I mean, we are awesome.
Team Shenanigans.
Shenanigans? That doesn't seem very professional.
Yeah, but it defines us quite a bit. At least half the body.
The
I
other guys.
digress. He just gives you the mom look.
Team leftovers.
The B team. But we spell it B-E-E.
That doesn't even make sense.
I love it. It's perfect.
As you guys are discussing, the sound of the crowd begins to die off, as what sounds to be an almost solo guitar is being plucked off and out in the distance. As you look over to the sound, the door opens. The hum still grows louder.
I think we're being challenged.
I'm gonna walk up there.
Oh, Team Challenged?
Maybe.
Team
While
riff
we're
off.
walking up, I'm gonna play my instrument. Just while we're walking up, though.
I'll play my instrument as well.
I will not. I'm just gonna hold my swords.
Alright.
Technically, I have an instrument, but I never picked one.
Should I play bagpipes or loud bagpipes?
Loud.
As you
Yes, sir.
guys enter in through the gate, you are welcomed into a large arena. In the center of the arena is a single crystal that pulses with energy. Out of it comes the single chroma-colored transparent beam that you saw on the outside of this fortress. And at the other end of this arena, you can see a large 14, 15 foot tall troll decked out in full leather, spiky to all hell, large black brimmed hat, staring you down with a single guitar being plucked. Behind him are a myriad of humanoid women, each in different matters of dress and wear. And as he stares you down, "It took you long enough, arrows." And that's what we're calling it for the night.
Greetings.
Nope, you get nothing else. Now is your time to plan.
Team Nothing Else.
Team Rocket.
Yep, because you guys are going to need the full 4 hours to fight this guy.
And then it turns out we all get like crits on the first turn and somehow magically kill him.
Hadouken! And he's dead.
Yeah, unlike everything else you fought before, I built this guy from scratch.
So he's like a dangerous pancake.
What does that even mean?